I don't know. I'm playing with this. I went to the Boston Pen Show, which is the Commonwealth Pen Show. It was last weekend, which was September, what, 15, 16? I don't know, something like that. I don't care. It was last weekend. And I didn't really need any pens at all. I didn't need any of them. I don't need any of these. It's compulsive. But I speed date with these pens. I find pens that are really amazing and have tremendous abilities. I think that's what I do. That's what I try to do. This doesn't want to focus at all, does it? That's just ridiculous. Well, anyway, this stuff I did with another pen. I'll show that to you at some point. Anyway, so this is the first pen that I simply had to have at the show. And maybe I had pen goggles. I sometimes wonder, because I came back to this pen, I realized it does have some subtle things that I would like to change a little bit. Like the nib is insane. The nib is incredible. That's why I bought this pen. It's tremendous. But let's have fun with this. Here you go. Great nib. Really, really pointy, long, sharp, nice pen. It needs a little love on one tine, to be quite honest with you, just because it's been used for so long. So it's been really worn in. It's a great pen. But what a dream this thing is. I'm gonna dip this bad boy and play with it a little bit because it's so cool. So this is just a Waterman's 52, nothing fancy. But what a nice nib. It's a later one, I think. The clip is later. It's like a 1928 clip. If anybody cares, if it'll ever focus, ever. It's not. You know what? I'm not even going to bother worrying about it right now. Trust me, it's a Waterman's clip. It doesn't say clip cap. Where is this? Why is this not? Well, yeah, they couldn't be more annoying. It just couldn't be more irritating. It just isn't focusing at all. But it's a great pen. Let's play with it. See what I can do. Yeah, this thing's fabulous. Hey. It's a nice hay. I think it's a good hay. Oh. This needs more. That's just too friggin' dry. Let's give it some juice. Oh, yeah. Nice. Okay. Leave that right there. Yeah, there you go. All right, we got this. Great pen. A great nib, right? Yeah, this is a great nib. Zoom out a little bit because that's kind of goofy, right? But this thing is fantastic. It needs more ink. Anyway, once it gets dipped and wet and, juicy, it's fantastic. I mean, I haven't really gotten it wet. This is a very wet nib. Very wet feed, very wet nib. It's set up that way. Yeah, that looks great. All right. Set up. Yeah, this is a great nib. It's very responsive. Very much so. Let's try this. Yeah, too close. What a great nib. Yeah, this is fantastic. And I don't want to get too lost here, but this is a great Waterman's 52 right here. Just a phenomenal nib. Oh, I got this right here. There we go. Yeah, it's the best. I want to play with this pen a lot, and I'm going to have to, I just have to run it out. I'm sorry. Forgive me. But anyway, it's a great pen. Yeah, what a great nib, man. I mean, this is too cool. I want this nib, and yet I have it. You know? It's fantastic. It's pretty lovable. There you go. Yeah, fantastic. Great pen. I'm going to play with this more, but we've got to move on. There's other stuff to behold, okay? All right, now I got a pen from Pier. This, by the way, I mean, that's crazy, right? Anyway, that's my Waterman's 412 from 1908-ish. God, it's already been 8. Good Lord, I've got to get moving on this. Okay, so let's go to the next thing. This is a pen I got from Pier. It's a Schafer. He said at one point at the show, well, you know, if you were given a choice between a vintage Waterman's or a vintage Schafer, you would go for the Schafer, wouldn't you? I would be willing to wager. I'm like, no, not necessarily. I mean, I like the Schafers because they're a contradiction, right? We think of them as being pens with stiff nibs. God, this is terrible. This focus is absurd. I mean, I've never had this problem. Well, I had this problem 30 trillion years ago. Well, I'll fix it. All right, there you go. Anyway, so this is a Schafer from the early 20s, very early 20s, that I got from Pier. Neat pen. Wow, the focusing is completely worthless tonight. There it is. Great pen. It's got a crack in the cap lip here somewhere. It's in there. It's a very tight crack, so it's not terrible. But I mean, the chasing's really nice, right? Neat pen, short, small, cute. It's not worth a fortune, but they're also really underrated, really undervalued. Great pen. Phenomenal nib. This pen also needs a little bit of love. The section is a little bit loose in there, to be honest with you. You know, I don't think that's not right. That should be fixed. I can fix that. That can be fixed. We can fix that. But it has a really nice nib on here. I was like, ooh. I was very impressed, actually. The Pure had the... Oh, brother. It's already spilling ink on the floor. But anyway, the Pure had the self-discipline or the wherewithal or the forbearance or whatever the term is I'm looking for to be able to say, you know what? I can part with that pen. But it's a nice nib on this thing. Let's see. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, that's a nice nib. And this is a Schafer, which is, you know, crazy. Mav. It's completely wrong. Let me try to re-angle here. Neat nib. Very fine. There you go. Well, that's special, isn't it? Yeah, I don't like how special that is. Let's unspecial that. That was a mess. Anyway. Nice. Such a good nib. There you go. That's a neat nib. Again, you know, I'm not doing much with these. I'm just, you know, I haven't really played much with these, but they're great. Very nice. This is some sort of Schafer from the early 20s. Nice nib. Small pen. Great pen. Got it from Pierre Gustafson. Great guy. Glad that he was able to let it go. Then over here, this is pretty special. Now we're getting to the, ooh, well, aren't you fancy stuff? Because I got only 4 pens from the show. I don't need any more. I'm crazy for getting any more. What's wrong with me? I don't know what's wrong with me. I shouldn't do this. But they're cool. They're fun, right? How can I say no? So I've got 2 more pens. Whoa. That's not right. All right, let's try that. All right, this is really good. Over here, this thing I got from John Corwin. This is an amazing pen. God, I hope it focuses. God, I do. It's got this changing lanes pattern that's like super amazingly badass. It's a very cool, very modern chasing pattern. Yeah, check out this pattern here. That's wild. Neat pen. Anyway, great nib on this thing. And you're not expecting it from a pen like this because, again, it's, you know, it's early. It's an early Schafer, sure. But it's not even the earliest Schafer. It's just early-ish. But it's got a great nib on this thing. Neat, neat nib. I was impressed. And I, shared this with other folks, and they were like, holy cow, that's amazing. Oh my God. I love it. They all did that. They all sounded exactly like that. Every single one. No, I'm kidding, of course. But let's see if we can get it here. Neat pen. And not posted right now. I mean, it would write better if I did, but it's just such a nice pen. I hate to post it. All right. Ooh. Yeah, over here. Okay. All right. Holy cow. I'm going to zoom in on that. And you're going to focus. You really are. Like, have you seen such terrible focusing? Okay, thank you. God. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There you go. That's a nice nib. It's a great nib. I'm very impressed. I'm going to zoom out. Take a little bit of a... There you go. Different view. You needed to. That's crazy. It's almost as if everything's conspiring to make everything look like crap, just to show me, really how difficult it has to be. All right, getting better, bit by bit. Okay. Yeah, that's a great nib. Because there's no space to accommodate it. Yeah, it's a great nib. Fantastic. I've got some cleaning to do tonight, but these are great pens. And yeah, I got this from John Corwin. Neat pen. And yeah, how cool. What a neat pen. It's a nice shape too. Elegant. That's a cool pen. And then over here, the last thing I'm going to show you, all right, is this dude. And this thing, this is amazing. This might be of interest to my Strine friend, Dan and Malcolm Gay. It might also be of interest to Matthew Greenberger. This is a maybe Todd from, I want to say the late teens, early 20s. 9 karat gold sheeting, yeah, right, overlay here. We've got nice chasing here. We've got this accommodation clip, also 9 karat gold. There's a, we've got a hallmark somewhere, if I have the patience to find it. Of course, here we have what appears to be BF, but it's Australian. Now, I don't know if it was, for the Australian market, but it was found in Australia. Neat pen, really unusual. I just thought this was a cool looking pen. And I dig the accommodation clip. There's something that's so workaday about it and quotidian, and yet it's 9 karat gold. It's like all fancy. I mean, how cool. It's kind of It's kind of an American idea too. It's not just Australian. It's kind of an American idea of working class, but really fancy. It's kind of like gold-plated Levi's jeans or something. You know what I mean? So what does this thing write like? It actually writes pretty well, as I recall. Give it a little dip here. All right, let's see what we've got. Maybe I'll post it just because there's a lot of ink on that nib. Let's see what we have. All right. Big build up here. Is this going to be disappointing or what? That's very fine. It's quite fine, isn't it? Yes, my good man. Terribly fine. Terribly. Quite fine. I guess. It's a nice nib, though. I'll tell you. Very smooth. Yeah, it's a nice nib. Yeah, it's nice. It's pretty nice. This is a neat pen. Anyway, so this is me quietly at 1,000,000 o'clock playing with these pens. It's not even English anymore. And it's not even in the screen because, you know, it's impossible to do both, right? To say, hey, cool, right? What a cool pen. Anyway, these are too cool. So, I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing with these. If I'm going to play with some of them, hold on to them, sell some. I don't know. But they're very cool. I'm going to dip this one more time because this is a nice nib. It's very friendly. It's not hard to use. It's very forgiving. It's not like super, super fine and catching on the paper as on your upstroke. So let's see. Yeah. Yeah, what a neat pen. Zoom out a tad. Here you go. Oh my God, seriously? Nice. This has a little bit of a pencil-like feedback, which is actually quite nice. It's not too much. It's just a little bit, you know, but it's good. That's a nice nib. I like this nib. Nice. So we'll see where we go with this. Nice maybe, Todd. I like this nib. Great pen. I was going to show you my Waterman's 412, but I'm not, because you've seen it. This is about these pens. So there. Not. But anyway, neat pen. And thank you so much for joining me. This is fun. I'm going to have to play with these more. You have a good one. Night, night.